Hey, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary, and today we're going to do something different. Today I'm going to talk about 5 rules for buying books as gifts. Now, if you're like me, you're always looking for reasons to buy people books for gifts, and December is the perfect month for gift giving because we've got Christmas, we got Hanukkah, we got Kwanzaa, we got the winter solstice, we got birthdays, New Year's. There's so many different reasons to give gifts in December. That's why it's one of my absolute favorite months of the year, because y'all know I love giving gifts, and especially books as gifts. So I'm always trying to find more reasons or more ways to give books. And so today's video is top 5 rules or tips for giving gifts and maybe making them seem a bit more exciting than just books. So first up, think about the person that you're buying for. Think about their interests. There are so many different kinds of books, different genres of books, different subgenres, different types, styles, that I am thoroughly convinced, even if you have, like me, many people in your life that aren't necessarily readers, there's a book for everyone out there. So think about their interests. If they're interested in history, look at history books, look at historical fiction books, look at books that are biographies around historical figures. Think about the types of, maybe they watch movies or TV shows. Think about the types of media that they consume. Do they watch documentaries? Do they watch fictional movies based on these historical events? That will tell you what kind of genres to start looking for this person. Do they are they into music? Do they like sports? There's all different kinds of things. So think about the interests that they have and find books related to that. I am a huge fan of nonfiction. I love nonfiction. I got my MFA in creative nonfiction writing, but a lot of people aren't a big fan of nonfiction. A lot of people can read fiction a lot easier. So I would caution a little bit on buying nonfiction books especially for people that aren't necessarily big readers, because fiction is hit or miss for a lot of people. Another tip, if you know that they're into traveling but you don't necessarily want to get them a traveling book, think about some of the places that they've talked about recently and find books that revolve around those places or have those types of places as settings, whether they're fictional places based off of these real life places, or things like, y'all know I love Outlander, and that is set in Scotland, France, North Carolina, and so think about those kinds of books that are set in particular places and try to match those with different interests of your people that you're buying gifts for. Number 2, try to think of different local art authors, bookstores, and even topics. A lot of places have very historical in one aspect or another, and if you find a local niche, a local bookstore, you'll find books about those local histories. Even if you don't, if you find a book that you're looking for that deals with someone's interest in a local bookstore, it still brings in that local touch, and you get to give them a little bit of your area to them. Even if they're not from that area, I love, if I know someone's address, I love sending them books, if I think about it ahead of time, from my area with a bookmark or a business card from that bookstore. So it's a little bit of my home to their home. And if you find a local author, you can often get those books signed by that author, which is another special touch. Write a message about why you chose that book. This is great for so many different reasons, because A, it's a personal touch from you and doesn't just seem like you're just giving them books just to do it. B, it kind of tells them that you thought about them while buying this book. Even though you love books and you love giving books, you still thought about this person when you chose this particular book. Kind of helps them, especially non-readers, guide them through their reading to show them why you thought they might like this book. And it'll remind them who got the book, and if you date it, when they got it. So then once they finally get to reading it, if they do, then they'll remember who to thank when they find out that they absolutely love that book. A big tip something that I have found very helpful, especially when giving to non-readers, if you slide in something extra along with that book, whether it's cash or a gift card or even just a personalized note, it helps kind of make that gift a little bit more exciting than just, oh, here we go, another book. Oh, it's a book and a gift card for a bookstore. A book and a gift card for a coffee shop or a toy store. Whoever you're buying for, you can try to match their two very different interests into a book about one of the interests and a gift card for another interest. And it makes it a lot more exciting because you get two gifts in one. And then my last tip, which is very similar to the first tip, but think about books or movies that they have loved in another time, maybe when they were younger, other items, places, or sports that they've loved at a different time of their life that they're kind of reminiscing about now, especially for adults. Last year and this year, our travel has been very limited due to COVID. So if you have a person that just is dying to travel again, get them a travel book. Encourage their interests. If you have a person that loves crafting or knitting, get them books about that. If you have a person that loves to cook, get them cookbooks or memoirs written by famous cooks, and just embrace their interests and start to reignite those flames again that might have been lost, especially these past couple years. So those are my 5 tips on buying books as gifts, especially for non-readers. I hope you found this interesting. Let me know in the comments below what your tips are for buying books as gifts, because everyone has their own individual tips and I love to get them, to incorporate them in my gift giving buy. Also, let me know below, what was your favorite book that you got as a gift either this year or last year, for whatever holiday it was, whatever reason it was. What was your favorite book that you got as a gift? As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. There's no pressure to join either, but the Patreon's only $1 a month, and we have a ton of fun on both, and I just love connecting with y'all any chance I get. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we have a new video coming out. Keep reading, and I love y'all to the moon and back. Bye.